Hello everybody and welcome back to M&J Games. I am Michael, and now today we're just going to do a real quick park tour episode. But as you can see, it's not really a park, it's a park entry, and this is called Parking Plus Entry, and it's created by Hulk Adrin. I believe I pronounced that right. Hulk and then Adrien. As you can see, it's a very detailed, and I'm going to be honest, the absolute best parking lot I have seen on console. Now, I mean, I'm not an expert or anything about this. I'm just telling you my opinion, what I've seen. This is fantastic. And so we're going to go through every little part of this. And, you know, here's the brilliant thing about this. It takes up 20%. So you might sit there and be like, but that's a ton. Yeah, I understand. But, like, look at how much of the map it already takes up. So in theory, I mean, you just really have this area to build on. And, you know, this is really going to be something that I look at to be like, okay, how did he approach this? Or how did this creator approach this? How did they do the different spots and so forth? You see how they got the different cars. Oh, that's interesting. So is that how... I mean, I don't know if this guy's from UK or anything, so I wonder if that's how they do parking spaces, different areas, how you've got kind of two levels of it. Definitely a little different, but really cool. I mean, this is the part where I would like to do this, but that just kind of adds a lot of extra pieces. So I see that you use the 4-meter piece here. One thing that I have looked at that actually I think works better, so right there, oh, perfect. I love what you did there. So you use the extra large rectangle, which is brilliant because it's longer than the 4-meter piece. Or you could even use like the 8-meter, let me find where they're at real quick. The 8-meter, it's like the wooden, yeah, you could even do these 8-meter thick wooden beams, and then you can turn them over this way, make that white, and so it looks the same as that. Maybe a little bit thicker than you might want, so I can understand that. But now if we push it down, so now the good thing about doing this one is it's 8 meters. So it's, if you compared to using the 4-meter wall piece or something, I mean, you're saving half the pieces in theory. So as you can see, we got 20% here, but let's get started from the entryway, because here's what's great is you have your entryway. And by the way, this is really cool. I haven't really seen anybody use the torn or worn out tarmac, so I think that does look really cool. You know, I always choose to use the one that's not worn. Let me get the HUD back off. So there we go. Thanks once again, Iron Matty, for teaching me this tool, because my goodness, this looks a lot more beautiful without that HUD up there. So we see this is for buses, is my guess. This is the normal way. You know, you can add a sign up there if you want to. So you come this way, and I mean, this is just so well done. Really good job. So then you come through here, and this is a good way to do the gates, because sometimes I've always kind of struggled with, okay, how do you make it look? So you put ATMs there to where like they pay. That's really brilliant, because then you don't have to worry about it taking up space. Because that was my thing one time, is trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I do this here? So that's a really cool idea. I might have to utilize that in my park. And then I like using these barriers to represent it. I think that's a really good job. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I was trying to get that HUD off. There we go. And then I also like using the I forget the name of those bushes. And then this walkway is really cool too, how you use the grass one where it doesn't actually look like anything. You could have also used the normal tarmac or the asphalt one if you had done the normal tarmac here. So then as we see, cars can go this way and park here, or you can come this way and so forth and go this direction. And so this is a really, 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 really well thought out parking lot. Really amazing. You know, buses came this way. Here's kind of the little station where you got the guy at. I would just put some kind of floor in there, obviously. And then you got the exit here. And you go back out. Really well done. I like how you've got the specific area for taxis, and you got the taxi car turning in. So then here, ooh, all the way. I wish we could take the curbs off, but we can't. Then all the way over here, you've got this beautiful, really beautiful entrance that's elevated, so it's really modern. You got the, excuse me, you got little vending machines here along with the bathroom. You got the glass windows, and then from the back hit this way. So I mean, I really recommend if you want to have a starter park, I recommend getting this one. Really cool, really well done. But something I want to show you guys real quick too is, let's look at this a little bit in terms of, oh, what? Oh, we didn't even look here. Is this a, yeah, so that's a fake train looking like it's taking them into the subway station. How did you, oh, that's cool. Okay, hold on. We gotta, this is really cool. So you just had, oh man. So you just covered that all up and made it look like they're coming out of the subway. That is incredibly unique and incredibly awesome, and I definitely want to steal that idea for a future episode. Wow, that is awesome. Or future park, sorry. But what I was going to do real quick was just to show you kind of how paths just drain everything. So let's delete all this path, and so we can see, as great as this is, because believe me, I love doing this, how much percentage it takes up to, okay, that's barely 2%. Okay, that's not as much as I actually thought it would be. So that's actually not bad. I thought it'd be a little bit more. But also one other thing I want to show you is, once all this comes back, all right, if you're sitting here saying, well, but yeah, it's already taking up 20%, and that's going to really kick in or hamper me on, because we're already on a limit. What I'd say to that is, there's a cheat that you can use called the Oswald cheat. You can save up to 5 coasters as well as 4,000 pieces in a blueprint and replace them, like delete them and replace them once you get back to 100%. So in theory, you could get anywhere from about, depending on how much your coasters take up, 120 to 140%, right? So what you can do is you can, that's 320, so 1,200, 1,800. Let's see, in this part, let's do this right here. Nope, let's get rid of that. I didn't mean to do that area. Yeah, so we'll just say this for a second, right? So you could save the blueprint. I'm just going to save this as C. Let's just do buildings. Let's do small building. I don't really care. All right. So now, oh dang it, I got to remember what all I highlighted. That's the key. You got to remember what you highlighted. So I might not get this perfect in terms of what we highlighted, so I apologize about that. Yeah, because we're missing something, because it was, I think it was down here. All right. Well, even though it might not be perfect, it still will work just fine for what I'm about to show you guys. So now what you would do is you would delete it. Okay. So then what you do is, like I said, it might not end up being perfect. So you see that right there, just say 7%, right? So then when you get back to 100%, you can, what was it, leisure? Where did I have that under? I had it under scenery, buildings, small buildings. All right, so right here. So what's going to happen is it's going to show up in the same spot that you originally had it, like facing the same direction. So now you just got to use the advanced move tool. And so you want to get it to where you think it's supposed to be at, and you can always just adjust it, move it. It might take you a little bit, especially with coasters. This one probably not as much, but then you just move it down, and you see sometimes it can be kind of hard because you got to kind of inch it up a little bit. So I'm like barely trying to get it because you see that's too high, that's too low. So sometimes it's a little tedious trying to get it right. But yeah, that looks good. So then we just kind of look and see, does this look like it's in the right spot roughly? And so you got to have a point of reference. And for me, my point of reference is going to be this area right here. And does it look like those match up? Not quite. So I'm going to go over just a little bit. That's the wrong way. Well, we'll just do that right now and we'll see how it is. And so now I've replaced all that, right? And so this looks pretty good because remember that thing was there. Yeah, so you see how I accidentally double copied something, so it's actually just a little bit off from where it was supposed to be, but it's the idea that you can just replace it, right? So that took a little bit longer than I was planning, but I wanted to show you guys a couple tricks and stuff along the way. But as I said, I highly recommend downloading this, using this kind of as part of your park, because think about the sight lines you could have from looking all around the park here and so forth. And as always, make sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys, if you want to stay up to date with more content that's released from M&J Games. We appreciate all the support, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.